A blade is like a tea leaf. A blade.
Add Astra. Thank you for Add Astra.
This realm is... If you ever have... This realm is... If you ever have...
Rest and rebuild! Covenants of the Deep! Ha! Yeah! Yeah!
Let's keep going, team!
Sight clear!
Take flight!
Engaging!
Watch and learn!
Whirling snow!
Collecting rare and exquisite treasures. Yes, this seems suitably sophisticated. shall treasure this good fortune.
Take flight! Allow me!
Kamisato out! Sumetsu!
Whirling snow!
Leave the wounded to me.
Take flight! Barbados. Wait a minute.
Time for takeoff.
Allow me.
Dawn, break forth!
There is no escape! Inazuma shines eternal!
Troublesome.
Illusion shattered!
Let's play!
Ways to the wicked!
Torrent, bring refuge. Let's move out. Provisions are vital. Hold the line.
Shine down! Torn to oblivion!
ways to the wicked!
Rest and
Think you can get away? Here we go!
Illusion shattered!
Covenant of the Deep! Hold the line!
Let's play!
Shine down! Now you shall perish!
Rest and rebuild! Let's move out. So this is the thrill of adventure. Hold the line!
There is no escape!
Here we go!
Allow me!
Illusion shattered! But a momentary distraction. Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
Wait, did I hear that right? Monsieur Neurvalet, are you sure you'd like to take over the case yourself?
That's right.
No, but why? Technically speaking, cases like this are better left to the guards.
Neverlet! Sidine! Hey there! What are you two talking about?
Traveler in Paimon, please help me talk our Chief Justice out of this. He wants to investigate a case on his own. This is completely unprecedented. How can we have the Udex acting like a private detective? Hmm?
Thank you for your concern, but I currently have no such plans. Oh, apologies. I took your question in earnest, but it now occurs to me that it was most likely in jest.
So, what is it exactly? It sure sounds serious if it's something you've got to investigate personally.
A Melusi named Kiara received a threat letter.
And then?
That is all the information I...
Huh?
I have no idea why you're so hung up over this. I've checked the schedule in advance, and it seems like there aren't any trials today. So, if you insist...
Thank you for understanding.
Then I shall return to my post for now. Should anyone visit while you are away, I will be sure to make a record of it. I sincerely hope that you will return soon.
Judging from Sidine's reaction, it must be pretty rare for you to investigate stuff personally. What's so special about this case?
I cannot tell you just yet, but it reminded me of certain past events. There could be complicated conflicts of interest behind all this, so I must eliminate all risks in advance.
Come on, stop being so secretive! We still have no idea what's going on!
It is not my intention to keep you in the dark, but I need some time to revisit those memories and collect my thoughts. Long story short, a little more than 400 years ago I became the Udex of Fontaine and initiated a series of institutional reforms. There were few people I could trust, but I had two subordinates who were exceptionally trustworthy and capable. Carol, a Melusine, and Vautrin, leader of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
They must have been amazing people to receive such high praise from you.
Indeed. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to protect them. The reforms damaged the interests of some, and the more conservative faction took advantage of Carol's identity to instigate political unrest. Ultimately, they wanted me to yield more of my power. The incident resulted in Carol taking her own life, and Vautrin being exiled. From then on, I've been especially careful when dealing with cases related to Melusines. All Melusines used to live a secluded life away from human society. I granted their wishes when some of them, including Carol, asked me to bring them to the court of Fontaine. Many common folk believe that I share a special bond with the Melusines, and whatever they do can be traced back to me. Some of them, especially those who hold a grudge against me, exploit that belief and stir up conflict over Melusines in an attempt to lay the blame on me. I have nothing against the opinions of others, but the moment a whirlpool of conspiracy forms, it has already happened once, and I want to make sure it does not happen again.
Even so, why do you have to be the one investigating? There's the guards, the Marechaussee Phantom, and the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Based on prior experience, there is a high chance that those who hold hostility towards me do not belong to the same department. The political system of Fontaine is relatively complex and involves the interests of multiple different factions. However, since I am technically an outsider in Fontaine, a lot of trouble could be avoided if I personally took on the case.
Outsider? But aren't you the Chief Justice of Fontaine? Why would you be an outsider?
I understand where you are coming from, but there is not necessarily a connection between my responsibilities and how I perceive myself. You know very well about my true identity, and have even met others of my kind in other nations. Even though I was born with a human form, there is a fundamental difference between dragons and humans. Taking on the role of Chief Justice does not make me a part of this community. In fact, the status I was granted has prevented me from forming deeper bonds with others. I have lived in Fontaine for a long time, but I do not belong here. That is why I call myself an outsider, a fish out of water.
Yeah, we have nothing to do with all those organizations anyway. So how about we come with you on your investigation? Let's team up and round up all the bad guys lurking in the dark.
That does not sound like a bad idea. I rarely investigate cases on my own, but with professionals like you around, I'm sure it will go a lot smoother.
Oh, Paimon's starting to get a little embarrassed. Just leave it to us.
Let us go. We should visit Kiara first and try to gain a better understanding.
So Neuvillette feels like he doesn't truly belong here in Fontaine, but is that really true? Paimon feels like he has a kinda skewed perspective on a lot of things. Anyway, let's catch up with him first. fish out of water, right? But since you're the Hydro Dragon, would a dragon out of water suit you better?
Thank you for your suggestion. I will consider using the more accurate term in private occasions. Please allow me to rephrase. Has a dragon out of water?
Ugh. That sounds kind of weird. Let's stick with the previous version instead.
I have to keep an eye on the deployment of guards at all times.
I never thought I'd see him here.
Does anyone have a camera?
We should have gone up.
Yeah,
We should have.
yeah.
The weather's amazing today.
Kiara.
Monsieur Neuvillette! Oh, I remember. You're the Traveler and Paimon. I've heard about you. Aw, she's adorable. Thanks for the compliment. Is there anything I can do for you?
I heard from Sidine that you received a threatening letter.
A threatening letter. Oh, right! I remember now. The letter fell through the crack in my door as I was heading out this morning. It said something about catching me, so I thought someone wanted to play hide and seek. But Sidine told me it was a threatening letter, and that I could be in danger. But
That's not gonna happen with everyone looking after me.
Have you run into any suspicious-looking people recently?
Suspicious-looking people? What counts as suspicious? Ah!
Did you think of something?
Nope. I don't remember meeting anyone.
Do you still have the letter with you? I want you to show me what it says.
Oh, let's see. Found it!
Now then, get lost. If you don't leave the Maréchaussée Phantom, I will come and catch you in person. Don't say I didn't warn you. A simple threat. Neither the handwriting nor the content itself reveals. We can't rule out that possibility. Since you can't think of anyone suspicious, I will be heading back to the Palais. Kiara, you should come with us. It's...
Sure! Wait, no...
But you are being watched right now. Going off on your own could be...
And that's where we come in to help. We'll stay with Kiara and make sure she's safe. With us around, anyone scheming to hurt Kiara can forget about it!
Thank you, Traveler. Big Sis Paimon.
Don't worry, your Big Sis Paimon is super strong!
All right. Let us go our separate ways for now. Please take care of Kiara.
We'll take her to a lost place right away! See you around! So, Kiara, how old are you?
Let me think. 1, 2, 10? I can't remember. But I remember coming to the Cour de Fontaine with Carol and Neuvillette. That must have been a long time ago.
Carol? Didn't Neuvillette mention her just now? That was more than 400 years ago! Why would Paimon be a big sister to you?
My memory isn't that good, but Carol told me I could address others based on how I feel about them. Paimon feels a lot more grown up than me, so you're a big sis.
Huh, Paimon sees. Hey, Traveler, did you hear that? Strange. Paimon felt like someone was following us.
Kiara, you're here. Huh? Wait, aren't these two...
Oh, they're the Traveler and Big Sis Paimon.
I thought so. What brings you here? Did you run into any trouble?
It's not really trouble anymore with us around.
May I begin inspecting the store as planned?
Of course. Go ahead.
No hazards detected. You've cleared the inspection. Seems like the criminal from that case. That was quick. What were you inspecting? I took a look around the shop. Neuvillette says that us Melazines have special eyes that can see things people can't. Things like bloodstains. No matter how hard you try to clean them up, we Melazines can see their residual stains for some time. Pretty cool, huh?
All right. Now that you're done inspecting, can we have a chat? Hear me out. I'm planning to release an outfit for children next month, and wanted to hire you as my model. Is that okay with you?
Of course! Is there anything I need to do?
Please wait a moment while I take your measurements. The sample should be a perfect fit.
Seems like they get along really... Huh? What are you looking at? Is there really someone watching us? Shh! Let's leave...
Strange. Why isn't he back?
Gotcha! Ah! Charlotte, what are you doing? Oh, wait, don't tell Paimon you're the one who sent Kiara that threatening letter.
Threat letter? What threat letter? This is starting to feel like an interrogation. Okay, I'll be straight with you. I don't know the slightest thing about...
You want to interview him?
That's right. I'm not the only one, you know. Interviewing him is every but it's not an easy task to accomplish. The Palais Mermonia rarely accepts appointment requests from us, and we never have the chance to interrupt with... So imagine how surprised I was seeing him out on the streets today. It seemed like you were investigating something too. The perfect opportunity. Of course, I'll make sure to turn in my manuscript to him for review. I have my principles, and I'd never publish an article without the consent of all parties involved.
Yeah, we're doing a secret investigation that...
I see. Well, if you say so, I guess I'll put this matter aside for now. In exchange, could you tell me what the threat letter is about?
All right, then.
What? Someone's targeting a cute little Melazine?
Shh, not so loud.
It just so happens that I did an interview with Kiara. Last month, in fact. It was well received by our readers, so I was planning to continue. I'll ask my colleagues about it. Who knows? We might find something. But I gotta warn you, even if I keep my lips sealed...
Why?
People care a great deal about Monsieur Neuvillette's each and every move. Some may have already realized that something was up. Anyway, I'll get going now. Watch yourselves, all right?
Well, that was a nice chat.
What do you think? The design looks pretty good, huh?
I think it's great!
Huh. It's very pretty indeed.
Clorinde! What are you doing here? It seems that you just showed up out of nowhere!
As I passed by the Palais Mermonia, I heard that Neuvillette was... Technically speaking, he and I are under an employer-employee relationship. I happen to have some time at the moment, and came to take a look. I sometimes have my clothes custom-made at this boutique, in any case, so...
Neuvillette...
Leave this to me. You should go meet up with Neuvillette.
Okay then, we'll leave Kiara in your...
Oh, you're back. Is everything all right?
We ran into Clorinde!
That is good to hear. I trust her ability.
We thought so too! Well,
I've been looking over the case records, specifically inspection reports submitted by Kiara. I've come up with two plans. On one hand, I could start with Kiara and track down the group behind all this step by step. On the other, I could also analyze the conflicting interests of these major cases and confirm my suspicions if there is indeed a mysterious group that bears a grudge against me.
They both sound like pretty solid plans, but can you really finish browsing through all these?
Don't worry. I'm a fast reader when it comes to official documents. After all, I have several hundred years of reviewing under my belt.
Well, if you read through them. We have nothing else to do.
Thank you. I will continue looking through the ones piled up on the desk, but feel free to browse through anything else in this room.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion.
Have you made any progress?
We skipped through some of them, but there wasn't anything. Oh, there's so many documents lying around.
I would love to answer that question, but the truth is I've never made a precise count. If memory serves me right, there should be at least 100,000 cases. The documents you see are just a small fraction of what's real.
Whoa, that's a lot. Looks like the work of a Chief Justice isn't easy.
That might be how it seems from another's perspective, but trials and official duties are, to me, simply routine. There are many documents here. Take a break if you are tired.
You read Paimon.
All right. Let us take a break then.
Even though resting is a part of the silence.
Please pardon my lack of consideration. People rarely come to the Palais Mammonia for matters outside of work. Would you like to have some drinks, perhaps?
Ooh, drinks! Thank you! Paimon wonders what Novelette likes to drink. He seems like the type of person who'd own an entire winery. You know, like... What's inside these glasses? It looks just like water.
An astute observation. It is indeed water.
So it's just plain old...
What did you think it was?
Since you're the Chief Justice and...
This water is indeed very special. It would not be an overstatement to... I believe you've already tried Fonta. In fact, there are many other drink factories in Fontaine, including those that specialize in... Said water is sourced from all across Tivat, including Mondstadt's Cider Lake, Liyue's Chintsa Village, and here is one of their latest products, water from Sumeru's Apam Woods. If I were to comment on their mouthfeel, the waters of Cider Lake warm the heart, the waters of Chintsa Village have a poignant touch. While one might distinct differences exist between the waters of each area, you will appreciate their intricacies once you taste them carefully.
Really? Let Paimon try!
What do you think?
Nope.
How regrettable. It seems like you still have a long...
Hey, this doesn't have to do with refining our taste. Paimon's pretty sure most ordinary... Oh, could it be because you're the Hydro Dragon? We are allowed to bring that up, right? Oh, Paimon's been wanting to ask this for ages. If you're the Hydro... Sorry. Paimon was just curious. You don't have to...
There's nothing to hide. I was simply organized. I accepted this position because I wanted to seek out answers to questions that have perplexed me.
Questions? Are there really things you can't figure out?
Many, in fact. But the one question that puzzles me the most concerns my own In essence, I neither know why I was born in this form. For a long time, my memory was rather incomplete. With regard to the primordial sea, for example, I used to only be able to vaguely recall its connection to me. Perhaps the elemental dragons of other nations may have some form of an answer. However, they are scattered across all of Tivat. Abruptly visiting could...
True. Some of them have very... unique personalities, too.
I have been holding on to these unanswered questions for a long time. But there is one thing I've discovered along the way. My emotions easily resonate with those of others. My guess would be that there are at least some similarities between humans and myself. By observing...
Have you made any progress then?
Perhaps, but I find such progress difficult to describe. As an outsider, chances to engage in meaningful interactions with others are few. That's why I'm quite thankful for this chat. Such opportunities are rare.
Are we gonna continue reading these documents?
I wasn't able to find any leads even after browsing through most of the documents. But while we were on the topic of...
Water? Do you mean...
That's right. The Fountain of Lucine is where all of Fontaine's waters converge. It is the vessel of countless memories, and if there really were an organization attempting to use Melusines against me, they should also hold an intent. Perhaps we'll be able to find some new leads by sensing the hype.
Why didn't...
Perhaps we should go. There shouldn't be too many people near the Fountain of Lucine.
Monsieur Neuvillette?
I probably shouldn't disturb them.
Looks like we got lucky today. There's hardly anyone around.
What should we do next? Oh, Traveler, can you still hear the voices from the fountain?
Perhaps leave the investigation to me. I need you to take a few steps back and keep a safe distance.
A safe distance? Neuvillette, what exactly are you... Whoa, it's Thank you for bringing us here, Monsieur Neuvillette. The Cour de Fontaine is truly incredible. There's so many things I've never seen or heard.
I understand your excitement, but there's no need to thank me. Although I have responded to your wishes, it was not without personal interest. Melusine's special sight make them especially suited for joining the Maréchaussée Phantom. I am certain you'll become an indispensable part of Fontaine's detective.
I know, but I'm really glad to be of help. Not only can I repay you for your kindness, but also, it feels like my life has become a lot more meaningful.
But a meaningful life also comes with its risks.
It's definitely the safest to just stay in the village, but I want to see the outside world nonetheless. In truth, I've never really understood the purpose of my existence, or what I'm capable of contributing to this world. For almost 20 years, we've stayed in our village without finding any answers. That's why we wanted to leave our village and look for the meaning of our existence elsewhere.
I understand your confusion. In fact, I feel the same way. I too came here for an answer to my question.
Really? Could you tell us what we should do? The truth is, many people threw rocks at us today and told us to go back to our village. It hurt a lot when they hit me.
Logically speaking, both time and effort are essential when different species attempt to peacefully coexist. It will be a difficult road ahead, with countless obstacles to overcome. Different identities and ways of thinking all contribute to strengthening the barrier between one another. There aren't many suggestions I can share, because just like you, I haven't fully integrated into this society. Despite my social status, I am still an outsider.
Oh, I see. Let's hope. I'm confident that we'll find the meaning of our existence one day.
I believe in you, but you shouldn't lose sight of the difficulties ahead. If you run into any trouble, I suggest that you inform Vautrin, the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Huh? Is he the person I met in the Palais Marmonia?
Yes? Do you have any concerns?
That stone-faced human. He didn't even bother to look at me when I tried talking to him.
He is an earnest man. There will be plenty of...
Hello. Can I help with anything?
Thanks, but no need.
Oh. Hello. I'm Carol. A Melusine. Is there anything you need help with?
Get away from here! I'm calling the guards.
Please, calm down. I don't mean to cause any harm.
Hard to say.
Yeah, we should probably stay away from these monsters. Haven't you realized?
Why should we trust this species from who knows where anyway? I can't believe Nervila—
Exactly! That so-called Chief Justice even granted them official positions. Not only that, but they're now responsible for investigating cases as well. I swear—
Go away! Quit acting innocent!
I'm not leaving. I won't let you say bad stuff about We joined the Maréchaussée Phantom and solved lots and lots of cases. We've never...
Solving cases? With Neuvillette in cahoots with you? You could have fabricated... So tell me, how can you guarantee that you Melazines...
Didn't I tell you before? Don't go advertising if you're not a good talker.
Vautrin?
Aside from spreading unjustified rumors, if you continue insulting members of the Maréchaussée Phantom, there have indeed been an increase in cases recently, perhaps due to the shifting currents of conspiracy, and I understand your concern. How...
Even the captain of the security patrol is on their side. Neuvillette's new...
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
You heard that?
Yeah, I don't understand.
There have been rumors saying that you were born from Calamity, and that you inherit... There are countless negative rumors about you floating around in Fontaine. It's near impossible for you to become a part of this society.
Monsieur Neuvillette said that we needed to put both time and effort in. I don't know how long it'll take. I still want to try a little harder. Okay, I won't be taking any more of your time. I painted a lot of flyers last night, so I have to stay and hand them out.
Give them to me. We'll hand them out together. The faster we get this done.
Monsieur Neuvillette, what?
Medals of Peace, awarded to you and Vautrin. Thank you for your continued dedication in the past 5 years. You've taken one small step forward.
I think I'll pass.
Hey, don't say that. We wouldn't have made it this... It won't be long before Melazines begin living peacefully with the humans.
Don't keep your hopes up. We've barely scratched the surface. There's still a long way to go before that...
You blockhead!
Vautrin brings up a good point. The trust humans have placed in you is still very fragile. Please be on your guard for the next few...
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it.
Medal of Peace? Peace isn't going to give us back what's rightfully ours.
Are you sure we should do this? We're no match for Neuvillette, even with all our powers combined. What if...
Nah, not gonna happen. As long as he remains in his position, there's no chance he'd take us out. There are rules even he must comply with in the political sphere. Unless he wants to become an enemy of Fontaine. So quit worrying and just go ahead with it. I've already planned out the murder. Once we lay the blame on the Melazines as the person who brought them to the court of Fontaine...
I guess you're right. Ugh. If he just left things the way they were, it never would have come to this. But he's forced our hand.
Turn the murderer in!
Melazines can't be trusted! That goes for Neuvillette, too!
Peaceful coexistence? What a joke. Get out of the court of Fontaine and don't ever come back!
The results of the investigation are in, Captain
Go on.
There is no direct evidence, but reasonable inference indicates that the ones controlling the situation are supporters of the old regime. They tricked Miss Carroll into going to the crime scene and pressed charges against her. After that, they incited panic among the people in order to make Monsieur... The guards were stopped by the enraged mob and couldn't intervene in time. Miss Carroll chose to sacrifice herself.
And she called me a blockhead. A little investigation would have cleared things up. Why didn't she wait until we'd established the truth?
The situation had rapidly escalated to a physical altercation between infuriated citizens and...
That is indeed something she'd do.
Captain Vautrin, should I present these results to Monsieur Neuvillette right away?
There's no need. Notify the guards to restrict public access to all—
Restrict access to...
There's something I've never told Carol. I had a little sister named Ilaria who passed. She's just like Carol in every possible way. Innocent, kind. From the moment I met Carol, I knew that she'd be easily manipulated by others. I kept a cold demeanor and—
Looks like she was unfazed by that.
Yes. In fact, some of her spirit I should have known. Those cowards don't have the guts to confront Neuvillette. They even avoided cause. Can you understand how I feel? Right now, there's only one thought on my mind.
I understand, but I'm certain Monsieur Neuvillette...
That's exactly why we need to keep this a secret. Give me the list of suspects. I will take responsibility for everything.
Did you know? They're hearing a major case today, and the criminal is Captain Vautrin. Apparently, he resorted to personal measures to seek revenge for Carol and settled the score with the group that framed his friend.
I'm thinking... we should try our best to bail him out when the trial commences.
Bail him out?
Shh, keep it down! Haven't you realized? Both Vautrin and Carol are Neuvillette's most trusted subordinates. Besides, now that the old regime has been uprooted, Neuvillette's status is secure as can be. As long as we redirect public opinion,
Vautrin sought vengeance for his friend for a valid cause. This represents the justice he... Please, think about it. If the same thing had happened to you, wouldn't you feel the same way he did? Yeah, that's right!
This whole thing started because of those despicable cowards who levied false accusations against Carol. How could Vautrin be declared...
Monsieur Neuvillette.
Mr. Vautrin is innocent! He's innocent!
Order! I acknowledge your arguments. Vautrin, your revenge could be seen as a... I understand your decision, which is why I cannot help but feel regret and... Personal justice does not equate to justice as defined by the law. To execute your plan for revenge, you abused your authority and conducted informal execution. Therefore, you will be declared guilty.
What?
That can't be! Monsieur Neuvillette, please give this a little more thought.
Vautrin, my friend, is there anything else you want to say?
Neuvillette. What have I done to deserve this? I've closely followed every one of your orders. Can't you see? Everyone in this room, is this what justice means to you? Answer me, Neuvillette!
Order. Since there have been no further objections, the Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vautrin. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, Mr. Vautrin will be declared Guilty.
Goodbye, Monsieur Neuvillette.
This all happened because of Carol's naive ideas.
How can different species peacefully coexist anyway?
Hey, stop spacing out! What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
Apologies, it seems like my memories got the better of me. I tried my best to suppress the power of Hydro within myself, but due to my negligence, the overflow of emotions and memories must have...
Wow. The Hydro Dragon is more powerful. Anyways, the last time we came here, the Traveler only heard voices from the Fountain of...
It is as you said. This might be because it is not only the fountain. I can sense emotions from all waters in Fontaine.
That sounds awesome!
But I rarely ever do anything like this. Emotions carried by water are always chaotic and disconnected. As an outsider, having my mind occupied with irrelevant which ones? It's fine. I prefer not to speak of those memories. That does not mean I am It was a coincidence, but perhaps it is a good thing that you saw everything. You should now understand why I believe there to be a conspiracy behind all this. These two cases are much too...
Paimon's starting to lose... Don't leave Paimon out of the conversation!
Then let us get back to the point. While I was investigating the fountain, I discovered I did not sense too much hatred towards me. I don't know what caused this to happen, but it seems... However, I did find some resentment directed towards Kiara.
Oh! Didn't we read it?
You've read about it. In that case, the resentment should...
Huh? What are you doing here? I was just about to look...
Navia! Nice to see you again! Is there some...
I've heard some things, but I'm not purposely... Rumors are abroad that someone's scheming against Melusine, so I told the Spina di Rosula to keep an eye out for leads. We've had unfamiliar faces showing themselves at the Fleuve Cendre lately.
Thank you. Where did you hear about all this?
The Chief Justice out on investigation, accompanied by the Traveler from afar. No matter how you talked to Kiara, but didn't ask her to keep things secret. People curious to know asked around for information, then it was only a matter of time before...
So that's what Charlotte meant.
Indeed. I did not expect that this could be kept hidden for too long, but the rumors still...
You know, it could be because... Anyway, any progress...
The suspects who threatened Kiara might have to do with a certain smuggling case. We are planning to return to the Palais Marmonia to revisit some details, and I...
All right, then I'll round up the Spina di Rosula and wait for my word. Ta-ta!
Neuvillette, do you think there'll be any problems now that the word is out?
I have already considered that possibility, and I do not think that there will be any. As a matter of fact, once the word... What is more important is how the case is perceived by the public. 400 years ago, they chose to side with the old regime, and I hope the same won't happen again.
Strange. What are these people doing out on the streets so late at night? Did something happen? Let's take a look around.
Have you heard? Someone's plotting against a Melusine. This is 100% the truth. Even the Chief Justice is investigating in person.
What? That's it! Who's been threatening Melusine?
Our enemies are lurking in the shadows and won't easily reveal themselves. But no...
That's exactly what I wanted to say. The guards have already begun to think about how much we owe them. Now that they're in danger, how can...
Everyone, please stay alert to your surroundings from now on.
It feels like you've been following me this whole time. Did something happen?
We were informed that.
Nope. We just finished our shifts and happened...
Have you had dinner yet? Why don't we check out the new items at the...
This isn't a good time to be outed.
Come on. Don't act tough. I bet you're hungry.
All right. Let's go buy a cake or something.
You shouldn't ever skip meals. Especially if you...
I heard even Nervulette's keeping an eye on the situation. This is the perfect chance to get promoted.
Seriously? Were you planning to shirk your duties if Nervulette wasn't involved?
Relax, I was just playing. We've worked together for years now.
That's more like it. We should stand guard until the criminal has been—
Come and fight me instead, you cowards!
Have you heard? Even the special patrol came to help.
Shh, look. Is it that Nervulette?
Looks like there's nothing to worry about.
This is truly one.
So...
No, I should stay where I am. My appearance could give rise to unnecessary. Let us stick to our plan and return to the Palais Mermonia. The faster we uncover the truth. The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the guards and the Maréchaussée Phantom. This is the one. The list of involved suspects should be... Ah, found it.
What does it say?
The principal offenders Domenico, Inica, Yuna, and others have been caught. Those with close connections or mutual interests with the offender. Among them, surveillance of Essin has ceased on account of it.
So many names. Is the one who sent...
Yes, there is something suspicious about Essin. It seems like he's closely related to the core members of the smuggling case, and he moves around without much restriction.
Monsieur Nervulette, someone claiming to be from the Spina Durasula just checked. He said, and I quote, "We have located the suspect. They're chatting at the cafe."
Huh? How did Navia find them so quickly? We've only just figured out the suspect's name.
I too am perplexed. The cafe isn't too far from here. We should head over and take a look.
Whoa. Check out all these people. Hey there, are you Navia's friend?
These are the people who have had recent dealings at the Maréchaussée Phantom. They're usually hidden in the Fleuve Cendre, but I sent for...
Invite them over.
Exactly. Now, I heard there's great coffee here, and so I asked them...
Yeah, it's our pleasure to be guests of the Spina di Rosula.
I've wanted to have a meetup like this for ages.
Yes, that's me.
You're Essa?
Yes, Monsieur Nervilette.
Did you write that threatening letter to Kiara?
I did, but I was just following orders.
Orders from whom?
Domenico, he was my boss. I couldn't disobey his orders.
Domenico, where is he now?
The fortress of Merib.
Well, I'm afraid even the Spina would have trouble looking at... Looks like you'll have to make the trip yourselves.
You've done more than enough. I'm extremely grateful for your help.
Leave the formalities for later. You should find Domenico first. If he really is the one setting up the conspiracy, it'd be best if he's exposed as soon as possible.
All right then, let's head to the fortress right now. Fortress of Meripede would be super scary. But looking back on it, it really wasn't that bad. You've got a set schedule, guaranteed food and board, and you can even buy all kinds of stuff with credit coupons. It's really no surprise that many people don't even want to leave. Oh, you mean Risley? He's definitely a pretty impressive leader. While he does look kind of intimidating, he's actually pretty easy to talk to once you've had a conversation or two. Paimon wonders how he's like with the people here. Do they also get the same guy we do, or is he a lot harsher with the bad guys? Yeah, he must be doing something right to maintain order here, while not making everything...
Excuse me, did I hear someone there?
Huh? Paimon could have sworn she just heard something.
Excuse me, is someone passing by? Could you do me a favor, please?
Nope, Paimon wasn't dreaming. There's someone over there for sure. But, Paimon...
Oh, did you hear my call? Thank you.
You're inside the box? Why are you hiding in here anyway? If we hadn't happened to pass by, you could have been stuck for days.
It's a bit complicated. Can we not talk about that for now?
Whoa, that's terrible.
No, it was nothing quite that serious.
Just your patch? Huh. Wait, Paimon gets it! Something must have happened to your hair! Sorry. So that's what happened. Paimon gets it. You just need your hat, right? We'll get it back to you right away.
I think you may have misunderstood me, but it's a soft and brown hat with a bit of a brim. I think I probably lost it near the entrance elevator. It was getting a bit hot, so it's really important to me, so...
Don't worry, we'll be back in no time.
Welcome to the Fortress of Meripede, dear esteemed guests.
We're back! Oh, and a greeting from none other than the Duke himself!
This isn't anything new. I figured you had important matters to discuss when the two of you... Let's assume we've gone through the pleasantries and... I do remember a thing or two about Domenico. He once attempted to round up the other inmates and instigate a protest. He once attempted to, I said. To be honest, Domenico doesn't seem like much of a conspirator.
He's got the same concerns we do.
I am concerned about this incident because something similar has occurred. That's an easy one.
Did I hear someone say Melazine? What happened? Sijuin! Yeah, and we're investigating. The person who threatened... Really? Is Kiara gonna...
There's no need to worry. Clarande is protecting her.
Well, that's great. But if the criminal's still...
Head nurse. Do you Risley? Okay, I get it. I'll bring Domenico to you. That's your only demand. Think of it as more of a humble request. I'm here on my own accord, not to form... Thanks for the trouble. Consider me in your debt.
Whoa! If Paimon were the Duke, Paimon would take this chance to ask for something...
Well, were I still a criminal, I'd probably ask for a lighter sentence. But I'm sure Monsieur Neuvillette would reject that. But enough jokes. I'll look for Domenico and bring him to you. Make yourselves at home. Our dear head nurse has mentioned you quite a few times, so I'm sure she has a lot to say.
Please come with me to the infirmary. And watch your step. There's some pretty dark areas, so make sure you don't trip over anything.
Now that I think about it, I can leave this place soon. Huh?
Please rest here for a moment. Oh, and would anyone like anything to... Paimon's not that. Thirst is a warning sign that you're dehydrated, which means you have to drink up. I'll bring you some tea. I'm sure you'll have a lot to... Typical Seishui. Concerned about everyone's health as why aren't you two saying anything?
You noticed them too. The badges they wore on their chests.
Familiar? But if both of you say so, let's go ask them about it.
That's not a bad idea. I will stay here.
Anything you need? Oh, this? Are you interested in joining?
What's that?
We have a very long history. Going back as far as 400, we have never had many members throughout our history, nor do we have much of a reputation. Helping each other is our purpose. At the same time, we...
Sounds like a pretty neat org...
All we want is to defend ourselves. None of us have ever committed serious crimes, and we're not especially powerful, but people won't give us a hard time if we stick together.
Interested in joining the mutual? If you'd like to learn more, here's our... Our slogan may have evolved over the centuries. Here, this book is for you.
You two look kind of familiar. It's the symbol of the mutual aid network designed by our first president. From what I've heard, it's based on something called a Medal of Peace. I've never seen one of those medals for myself, though. The first president of our network was an amazing person. Powerful as he was, he never used his strength against anyone. He encouraged the weaker criminals to stick together and look out. All of us have a lot of respect for him.
We should have gathered enough information. Let's head back and talk to Neuvillette.
Did you manage to gather any intel?
The people who wore the badges belong to it. According to them, the badge's design was inspired.
I personally crafted 2 of them myself. They were awarded to Carol, and Carol's medal was destroyed in a fire. The only one that remained should belong to Vautrin.
Oh, so the network wasn't...
Monsieur Neuvillette, His Grace has requested your presence in his office.
All right. Let us talk to him first.
Allow me to introduce this fine gentleman, Domenico. Why don't you explain everything to him?
Neuvillette? What do you want? What do you...
Calm down. I merely want to ask you a few questions. Was it your idea to send that letter to a... Hassan has already confessed.
That idiot! I can't
Let me ask this another way. It was your idea...
Yes.
Who is pulling your
What? You're not trying to frame me for something I haven't done.
It's best if you realize the gravity of your situation. I assume your previous attempt to incite unrest at the fortress of Meripede...
I admit I acted on impulse. I'll tell you the truth.
I can do that.
You see, we're all reasonable people here.
I only intended to do some small business at first. Someone contacted me about delivering some goods and promised me after making a few trips, I was suddenly approached by the Maréchaussée Phantom. They accused me of smuggling but I refused to accept any of that. The ignorant can be rightfully absolved from guilt, right? Well, I suspect that someone got me locked up.
And then you decided to take revenge on the Melazines?
My initial target was Neuvillette. Everyone in the fortress of Meripede was declared guilty by him, after all. So they must more or less hold... But for some reason, no one wanted to team up with me. That mutual aid network in particular. What did those nobodies even gain from trying to challenge me? Seriously. In the end, I had to redirect my focus onto Melazines to salvage things. I recall that Chiara was the one who confiscated my goods for inspection. So I asked one of the more approachable guards to send a letter, claiming that I meant to contact but the letter was in fact addressed to Essa. I requested that he write a threat letter to Chiara and force her to resign from the
Am I to assume that the claims you've made are your own thoughts? Have you been in...
No.
Is it true that all members involved in the smuggling
Yes. And that's all I know.
Sigewinne, please take him back to the detention center. I'll deal with... So, Monsieur Neuvillette, you were concerned that there might be a shadowy...
Yes, I experienced a similar incident in the past.
And how long ago?
More than 400 years.
You might be overthinking this. Time can change a lot of things.
What do you mean?
400 years ago, you and the Melazines you brought to Fontaine were the outliers in society. But in the present day, if someone were to threaten the safety of the Melazines, people wouldn't just sit back and do nothing. I trust that they would make different choices from before.
That's right! We saw lots of people standing up for Melazines on our way back to the palace.
Monsieur Neuvillette, the Melazines are a species you introduced to Fontaine. When people refused to place their trust in Melazines, it was because they were still... For almost 500 years, you've conducted every trial with impartiality. People no longer have any reservations about... Right now, your every decision will impact all of Fontaine.
Paimon gets it now. No wonder no one wanted to join forces with Dominico.
I am undeserving of such high compliments. It isn't anything special or worthy of praise. I'm simply fulfilling the It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard. The complexity of...
There's no need to be so modest. You're no longer that outsider you were before. Even if you wish to investigate something...
I must say that you've made a... Thank you for clearing my doubts.
Huh? You're leaving?
And so soon, too? Why not?
Thank you for the offer, but I know... Well, some are here to redeem themselves. The less time I spend here, the better. My present...
In that case, I'll have to insist. I still have two more things.
Please, go ahead.
The first is about the guard who helped Dominico send that letter.
I know of what you speak. The guard was indeed deployed from the Palais Memoria's staff. However, as I mentioned earlier, I visited today on personal business.
Well, that makes things a lot easier. Hey now, don't let your imagination run. Those from up there have a tendency to sympathize with others. However, down here, such thoughts will put you... I'll have a chat with the guard and remind him to take precaution.
I see no issues with...
Great! That's one thing out of the way. What's the other thing you wanted to...
The other thing was born from my own sense of curiosity. Now, I've heard that you investigated the...
Yep. Neuvillette thought their badges looked familiar.
I noticed the small gang as well when I first took over the Fortress of Meripede. They were not great in number, but every member always made sure to stand up for what was... I've looked into their founder, Vautrin, who once stood trial and was sentenced to... According to existing documentation, Vautrin remained disciplined throughout his imprisonment. In other words, how he presented himself in prison was very different from his behavior.
What? During his trial, I could sense that his feelings were complicated. He appeared to be full of resentment.
Perhaps he had been putting on an
act?
Neuvillette and Vautrin had a close relationship as superior and subordinate. Vautrin must, thus, the more resentment he displayed, the clearer it would be to those present that you were, and to those who had been sitting on the fence. Vautrin's act was a very meaningful... That's all from me. Does anyone else have anything to say? Now's your chance.
I don't have anything to say. Well then, let us head back.
Please, take care.
That trial is something I rarely bring up in conversation, but I have always felt deep regret for what happened to both Carol and Vautrin. The words he spoke in court often replay in my mind, as if urging me on to do something.
But Risley said he never resented you, right? Isn't that a good thing?
I believe I now understand what he wanted to tell me. I feel conflicted about those words. How should I describe it? Surprise, relief, fear, and regret. But this blend of emotions has led me to finally understand some things. I would like to hear your thoughts, too. What do you think of me?
Paimon agrees with everything Risley said. As Chief Justice, every single one of your trials makes an... hey!
What I really think is, every trial you've ever judged has left its impression on you. And that's what makes you who you are today.
That is indeed a reasonable assumption. As I said, I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself. But I trust your judgment. These changes were not due to any specific occurrence, but I will try to contemplate this further. Thank you both.
Oh, huh? It's raining! Oh no, Paimon forgot to bring an umbrella! Come on, let's hurry before it rains harder!
It's raining again? I've had enough of this weather.
There go my travel plans.
Did you read the news this morning? Quick, put away everything on the clothesline.
When is this rain going to stop?
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
They're planning to reanimate the monster. We have to report this to the Chief Justice.
The Fortress of Meripede. It's a good place for me.
He owes me so many answers.
Neuvillette? You could say he's the real symbol of Fontaine's justice.
Watch him closely. He could be trouble.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
Good morning, Monsieur Neuvillette! The rainy season's almost over! The skies are supposed to clear in a few days!
I hope you find time to enjoy the sunny days ahead.
Is the matter resolved?
Yep, we found the person who sent that threatening letter. Risley said he'd keep a close eye on him, so the Melusines should be safe now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sorry for dragging you all into this.
There's no need to apologize.
Yeah, you didn't drag us in. We got involved of our own accord.
By the way, we're...
At the Palais Mermonia, more than 50 people offered to protect her. Some even... I was worried that the excess of protection would make her feel uneasy. So I asked her to stay.
What a a relief.
Well, now it looks like the dust has finally to celebrate this joyous occasion. Monsieur Nouvelette.
That's not how you celebrate!
I will consider it.
Really?
Of course. My schedule is full for the following weeks, but come up with questions during the intervening days, and I...
Yes! Thank you so much, Monsieur!
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must head back to the Palais and issue a communique. I hope it will assuage the concerns.
Oh, an exclusive interview!
Don't let anything hold you.
I agree. He'll decline any question he can't answer anyway, so you might as well give all of them a shot.
Kiara? It's quite all right. I'm here to tell you that we have caught the sender of that threatening letter.
Sorry,
You're safe
I
now.
accidentally fell asleep. Thank you, Monsieur. And thank you too, Traveler and Big Sis Paimon. Everyone's been so nice to me, so I've always felt really safe.
Do you remember Domenico? He was the sender of that letter.
Let me think. I can't remember. My memory isn't that good, so I easily forget things. By the way, I saw Carol in my dreams just now. In my dream, she looked really happy. She held my hand and said, I can't remember what our dreams were anymore, and I don't know why.
I can sense your joy. It is indeed a delightful moment.
Monsieur... Oh, I almost forgot! I promised to model for Alov.
Of course. Off you go.
See you next time, Monsieur, Traveler, and Big Sis Paimon.
See you next time. I once thought that time was of no consequence to me. Distance yourself from others and stay focused on your... But after all this, I've realized that perhaps the passing of time has its own consequences.
Just where is that thing? Oh, this is taking... Nothing in the water either. Oh, we've looked everywhere and still not seen anything that looks like a hat. Huh, that's a good just looking to cover his... Why don't we check out the Rag and Bone Shop? If memory serves, they got all kinds of stuff in there. You let Paimon... Well, either way, let's go check it out first. Remember you being the boss.
Well, I'm just standing in for Mr. Alvar while he's off restocking the shop. Now, just wait a sec. A blonde foreigner, dressed all in white, accompanied by a glaze-covered... Oh, you must be the legendary traveler, and the...
No! Well, you're half right.
Sorry, I never thought... I hope you find it in your magnanimous hearts to forgive...
There's no need to put yourself down like that. Paimon's just venting.
Why, your heroic actions at Araneus have long made their way to the fortress of Meripede. We heard that you were personally received by His Grace when you made your way, and you're one of His Grace's favorite people, so of course, everyone wants to be introduced to you. Well, I'd figure you'd appreciate honesty. After all, I also only joined up here because I'd heard Mr. Alvar was a good friend of the Duke. And though I've only caught scant sight of His Grace since then, as fate... I mean, we've all got agendas, but rather than trying to force something to be true...
Oh, so now you're trying to kiss up to us.
Well, I did mean it when I called you legends, and... Oh, enough of that. Is there something you're looking for? No problem. Hey, feel free to check out anything you want. The credit coupon costs are on me.
Wait, but that's, you don't have to be so nice.
Well, it's not like I'm getting paid to watch this shop. Instead of Moro coupons, Mr. Alvar usually lets me just take my pick of our goods. Life's been pretty good recently, so I might as well just waive your bill. Never hurts to make some friends.
All right, Paimon will take a look.
Are you sure you don't want more? These opportunities...
It's all right, 2 will do. It just doesn't feel the same if the owner's offering everything to you for free. But anyway, we don't need to get into that right now. We can discuss Paimonology later. That poor guy. Thank you so much. We'll be off then.
No problem, and thank you for your patronage. I'd appreciate it if you could put in a nice word for our...
That's a real sneaky way of getting good reviews. We've been gone a while. Paimon hopes that guy in the box hasn't passed out from lack of air.
I mean, I told you that there had been a Wait,
Well, we got you a new one.
Ah, I see. Thank you.
Does it have some kind of sentiment?
Sorry, I can't explain at the moment. Time's tight as well, so I...
If you're looking for a hat, I just picked one up over here. Is it yours?
Your Grace!
Oh, hey, Risley! It's been a while.
Well, it's a slow day today, so I decided to go for a little stroll. Even if your workspace isn't cramped, it's still... I'll say, I'm not at all surprised to find the two of you here.
It's what good adventurers do!
Is that so? Maybe I should consider asking the Adventurers Guild to open a branch here. As I recall, these hats are very important to members of the Beret Society. Best you avoid misplacing it again, You might not have the same luck next time.
Understood. Thank you so much, Your Grace. Then I'll be off.
What a strange guy. Why did he care so much about his... Oh, and has he done something wrong? When he saw you, it was as if he'd seen a ghost.
Oh, not at all. In fact, members of the Beret Society are model prisoners. They work hard and never get into trouble. They've saved me a lot of work, in fact. As for him, I'd guess he's just more of an introvert. It's not unusual for the more shy prisoners to freak out when I show up unannounced.
Huh? Shy? There are prisoners who are afraid to talk to people?
Prisoners are still people, after all. There are as many... The idea of the criminal as a selfish, heartless... What kind of a person a prisoner may be and why they've...
Huh. You've got a point. Anyway, it's all good as long...
Although most of the societies here will just turn individual brawls into mass ones. The Beret Society does appear to be an if you have some time, why don't we grab something at the coupon? And if you're still interested in the berets after that...
Paimon's not the biggest fan.
All right then, please.
Welcome, Your Grace, and the Traveler. Would you like 3 orders of today's welfare meal? Unfortunately, we weren't informed of your visit in advance, so we didn't prepare any...
I'll pass on the food, then. What about you?
Then Paimon will also...
What a pity. It would seem that none of us can properly appreciate...
Then, I must beg Your Grace to find me some more ingredients. So if you're not in the mood to eat, I can get you some drinks. We just got some great
Yes, please? Huh.
It's not for everyone. Think of it as a special treat for VIPs.
Oh, now that's what Paimon likes to eat.
2 bottles coming right up.
Our first meeting took place on short notice, and we were both... I'm actually quite fond of stories, you know.
Whoa. That'd be quite the long story.
Impressive. Not all who possess the courage to risk their life for their ideals also have the strength to make it out unscathed. Had you not possessed these remarkable qualities, I probably wouldn't have had the chance to make your acquaintance in the first place.
Paimon gets the sense that you're trying to flatter us. That guy we talked to earlier was obviously trying to get us to put in a good word for him, but you're the Duke, right?
Well, after all, you did help the fortress, and Is it so strange that I would want to give a few words of praise out of genuine admiration? So this is a matter of trust. Which is unfortunate, since I don't have nearly as... I was convicted and sent here at an early age. Power and control come in many forms. Some fair and ethical. So, what do you think?
kind.
I'm perfectly... I would very much like to maintain friendly...
Your Grace, after following your instructions, we were able to find they were extremely well hidden, and we've confirmed that the senders have been using this method.
Got it. Leave the...
Yes, Your Grace.
Sorry, I'd almost completely forgotten about this.
She mentioned...
Not necessarily. The term is just applied to things people want to bring in on the sly. Many people here are experts at pulling rabbits out of the most ordinary hats. Now, what do we have here?
Whoa, this is certainly a box of curiosities. Mora, wait, if you've confiscated this entire box...
Yep. We can't just send them back up.
What? But that's just insane profit! Traveler, why don't you become a duke as well?
It's only been a couple minutes since we agreed to continue friendly relations with each other, and your jokes aside, I didn't know you'd be so interested in this box. How about this then?
Really? You'll let Paimon pick anything? No take-backs, Paimon will have you know...
I never joke about things like this.
Alright, Paimon's gonna have a look. Paimon wants... Actually, never mind. Paimon doesn't want this gem anymore. Can Paimon pick something else? There's something weird about this gem. Paimon remembered a lot of bad things when she picked it up. Paimon couldn't even tune them out. It's as if the gem was...
Is that so? Let me give it a try. Paimon's right. I too experienced some unpleasant flashbacks. Are you sure? I wouldn't exactly call it fun. Fair enough. Go ahead.
Are you okay, Traveler? You also saw something, right?
I'll take this gem then and run a thorough investigation.
Then... actually, never mind.
You do have a point. Seems like we're almost done with our drinks, too. I can introduce you, and we can also
Wait, are you this?
Just noticed? I wasn't exactly busy the first...
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory. Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever. All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging. The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory,